In the battle sector near Pokrovsk, Ukrainian combat drone operators from the Flying Skull unit once again demonstrated measured, precise, and relentless operations. Received footage shows the unit working day and night, moving from one coordinate to the next, responding to every threat detected on the front lines. The footage shows the attack drones being controlled with steady control, conducting close-range reconnaissance to ensure accurate target identification. Russian soldiers are seen attempting to take cover in deep trenches amidst the interweaving of hilly terrain and expansive grasslands. But this protection is insufficient. Waves of unmanned aerial strikes are carried out methodically, one by one, securing and eliminating enemy positions. From high altitudes, the drones monitor every indentation in the ground and every trench passage. Even the tiniest movement, a shadow at the edge of a trench, the radiance of body heat in the grass, a silhouette trying to crouch behind a mound of earth, was immediately analyzed and verified. The operators appeared calm, focused, and methodical, with no hasty actions. Every decision was based on visual confirmation and field intelligence, ensuring that no suspicious movement escaped scrutiny. The footage showed drones scanning trenches, hiding places, and open terrain toward Pokrovsk, as if feeling the pulse of the battlefield itself. Russian soldiers attempted to exploit the darkness and vast expanse of the steppe to disappear from view, but the footage revealed that no space was truly safe. As night fell and the wind brought a chilling fog, the UAV's sensors continued to work, targeting points of movement invisible to the naked eye. The attack was gradual, not a sporadic massive assault, but a series of precision operations that whittled away at the enemy's strength bit by bit. The enemy's attempts to defend themselves in deep trenches, bury themselves in dugouts, blend into the steppe vegetation, or advance across open terrain were ineffective in stopping the pressure from the sky. In the other direction, surveillance cameras map out dirt roads and small intersections that serve as logistics routes for Russian forces. Footage shows several vehicles scattered across an open area, presumed to be frontline transport and support elements. Initial identification pinpoints 7 modified civilian cars, an ATV used for quick maneuvers, an armored truck with weapons mounted in the back, and a motorcycle believed to be a courier or reconnaissance vehicle. The first wave of attacks targeted the vehicles stopped at the edge of the dirt track. The operator maintained full control, ensuring the strike aircraft's trajectory remained stable until the last second. The precision hit rendered the first vehicle immobile, sparking panic among the armed personnel stationed nearby. The second wave followed without delay. The part of the convoy attempting to disperse was more clearly visible from the air. An ATV attempting to exit the firing line was captured on camera before it was ultimately abandoned, and an armored truck suffered the same fate within minutes. Amidst a thin plume of smoke slowly rising from the attack point, an operator recorded the operation's progress. 7 vehicles, 1 ATV, 1 armored truck, 1 motorcycle, and at least 5 enemy personnel were rendered inactive after the series of precision strikes. Although the operation was short-lived, its impact was clear. Enemy mobility was disrupted, supply lines were halted, and pressure in the Pokrovsk sector increased sharply. The Flying Skulls unit once again reaffirmed its reputation as a silent, meticulous, and calculated air force, eroding the enemy's capabilities step by step, vehicle by vehicle, point by point. All this time, Ukraine's army has inflicted massive casualties on Putin's forces, as they battle to take a key eastern city, while intense fighting for Pokrovsk has raged for 21 months and appears to be reaching a climax. The city is a vital logistics and transport hub for Kyiv's army on its eastern hub and has been described as gateway to Donetsk. Its loss would be a major blow for Ukraine's army and would bring Vladimir Putin's goal of controlling the entire Donbass one step closer. Russia's army has amassed 50,000 troops in the area and stepped up its attacks in a desperate bid to seize the city once and for all before the winter sets in. Last week, Ukraine's army rushed in special forces to beef up its defenses in the besieged city, which had been infiltrated by some 300 Russian troops. Fierce fighting was reported around the railway station and industrial zone, with the city's capture seemingly imminent. However, the Russian offensive appears to have momentarily stalled as Putin's forces regather, having sustained massive casualties. Ukraine's army chief, Oleksandr Syrsky, claimed the situation had stabilized and that Putin's forces had only succeeded in advancing in a few places. The intensity of the enemy's attacks has indeed decreased, Oleksandr Syrsky said, but this does not mean that they want to take Pokrovsk any less. Right now, the Russians have gathered 50,000 troops there, but they know that since October, they have lost a similar number, around 30,000 soldiers. The commander-in-chief also noted that the 425th Assault Regiment had been deployed to Pokrovsk and is operating very effectively. Another unit currently operating on the Pokrovsk front is the 7th Airborne Assault Corps. They claimed to have eliminated 236 Russians and wounded another 136 during the course of the last 7 days. The unit also destroyed a tank, 3 armored combat vehicles, and 23 units of automobiles and motorcycles. In an update to their Telegram channel, the 7th Corps wrote, "The enemy continues to increase the number of assaults on Ukrainian positions in the Pokrovsk agglomeration. Last week, the Russians attacked our units 132 times. This is almost 20% more than the previous week." The elimination of Russians in the northern part of Pokrovsk continues, and the most intense fighting is currently taking place in the industrial zone. At the same time, the enemy is trying to concentrate efforts in other areas of the city and on the western outskirts for further advancement towards Hryshina, which is northwest of Pokrovsk. Overall, despite the surprise of the initial fog-assisted crossing, Ukrainian defenders demonstrated resilience and adaptability. The battle for Pokrovsk is far from over, as Russian troops remain scattered inside the settlement, hiding and trying to build positions. Yet the Ukrainian response has blunted the momentum of the attack and prevented reinforcement waves. Because Pokrovsk location is so important, both sides understand the stakes, and more clashes will follow. Ukrainian forces remain on high alert, determined to ensure that no more Russian units cross the river unseen, no matter how thick